Hey guys, what's going on? It's Dark Helmet Cat 67, bringing you with another episode of LEGO Worlds. Um, so as you remember last time in in LEGO Worlds, we you guys remember Mike? Say hi. No, no. Wave to them. There we go. So anyway, as I was saying, last time in LEGO Worlds, we were in the holiday park, setting off all the fireworks from that tower that I made from New Year's Eve, and that was pretty cool. Which Happy New Year to you two guys. I know New Year's Day has passed already, but so this is the holiday park, and that's where we set off all the fireworks with the New Year's Tower with the 2021 plaque. Let's go into Mike's point of view. So from here, from the last episode, we had this tower with the 2021 plaque up at the top. And on the bottom, there were a whole bunch of fireworks, and we set them all off. Which, that is a clever way to do a New Year's Eve in LEGO Worlds. That is a clever way to welcome the new year. It's with fireworks. You know, like New Year's fireworks. 'Cause you know, fireworks don't have to be lit off only for 4th of July. Yeah. But there are other holidays where fireworks get set off. Yeah. So anyway, what we want to do is, I don't know, what do we want to do? Let's see what we have in our builds. That we can place them down here in Brickmington. And if not, we'll just go to another world. Probably look for some things to copy, and then save them. Like the medieval houses. I don't have any of the medieval houses. And that would be cool to copy and save. What are we gonna place then? Oh, the cemetery, yeah. I forgot about that. I forgot I built that. And we have not placed one here in Brickmington. So let's do it. Let's place down the cemetery. I don't know, where should we put the cemetery? I think it'd be best to put it next to the Gothic church. Yeah, that's the best spot for a cemetery. Next to a church or a cathedral. Let's make sure blend is off. Or overlap. Is it? Okay, it's off. Because sometimes it gets turned on by default when you first load up the game. Make sure we're touching the ground. And let's place it right over here. There it is. Our new cemetery in Brickmington. Mike wants to go inside it. What, did a family member of yours pass away? Is that what it is, Mike? Or are you just checking it out? Oh. You're checking it out? Okay. Although I did show you guys the cemetery in another video. Hold on. Let's spin the sky. No. Inventory. Sky spinner. Let's spin the sky. Make it daytime. Good morning, Brickmington. As I was saying about, I believe I did show you guys in another video of the cemetery that I built myself. I totally did build this myself. Without copying anything from like the actual Lego sets. That means there were no building instructions from an actual Lego kit. Yeah, it was totally my design. And some of these gravestones are the props in the game, and some of them I made myself. Let's pull out the discovery tool, that way we can figure out which ones are the props. You can tell that if it's a prop. I believe I mentioned this in another video, but I'd yet to mention it again. Whenever a thing is in like a blue lining, whenever a thing is highlighted in blue, notice the blue lines and the trajectory when you have the discovery tool open? It means it's a prop. And these were made by using the bricks, so that's why they're not outlining in blue. Yeah. So these were not being outlined with the blue lining, because those gravestones were made by using the bricks. And I believe that's what designer/gamer recommends you guys to do for props. Not to use the actual props, because if you're driving a vehicle or if you hit something, it'll break. Yeah, if you're driving a vehicle and if you run into a prop, like say this one, you'll break it and it will just disappear and it won't respawn. Or maybe it does, I don't know. You just have to go away from it. You just have to be far away from this place. And then just come back around. Maybe it does respawn. I don't know. So sometimes it's best to make props using the actual bricks, because if you drive a vehicle into one of them, into like a prop that's made of actual bricks, like say if I was driving a car and if I bump into this gravestone, I won't break it because it's made of bricks. What is that, Mike? Are you looking for a soda drinking hat? A guy with a soda drinking hat? You know, remember that episode of SpongeBob where Mr. Krabs goes to the cemetery and tries to dig up a passed away person that was born to wear a soda drinking helmet or hat or whatever you want to call it? I checked every headstone in this cemetery, and none of them seem to have the soda drinking hat. But it's soda drinking hat, not soda. Mr. Krabs needs to go back to grammar school. That way he can learn proper grammar. Because Mr. Krabs is a pretty funny character. Because he says, like, formula. It's actually formula. Formula is the correct grammar. Yeah, there's still a lot more to be placed down here in Brickmington. But anyway, let's build a path that connects it. Let's build a path. Let's pick up medium stone gray. Yeah, I don't know, maybe the 8x16 flat tile? Is that gonna break the gates? Please, don't break the gate. It didn't. Good. Okay. And then this sidewalk can be a bit wide. And let's fill up these gaps. And let's paint this. And let's paint this tile grass. There we go. Now, whenever a family member of theirs passes away, they can come to the cemetery and visit their gravestone. Especially if it would have been their birthday or something. Or for any occasion. You know, put flowers, you know? But yeah. And what I did off camera is I took down the Christmas props from every building. Because holidays are over. Time to go back to normal. Except for this one. That needs to be taken down too. You know, I totally forgot about this one. Let's make it bigger. There we go. It's gone. Wow. Okay, now I want to show you guys something special that I was working on. Let's go to Return to Rocket. And we're going to hop into it. And And let's go over to this world that I was working on recently. Or last month, I should say. Orlando, Florida is what I named it. That's right, because I am trying to build an exact copycat of Universal Orlando. It's not gonna be like that one. It's not gonna be like the real one, but it's gonna have all kinds of things. Like the same restaurants, the same theme parks. Because, you know, I do have an airport in the town of Brickmington. Brickmington International Airport. So, that's why I'm making Orlando, Florida. So that way, there will be a flight service, an airplane that goes to Florida. Uh-oh. Why is the rocket floating? Why are you floating? Why are you floating, rocket? I don't know why it does that. But however, there is a technique of how you can get the rocket, how you can move the rocket up. You just have to use the add and remove tool and just keep going up. And just keep adding blocks. And that should bring Pugsy up. And then you can create your platform for Pugsy. Like this platform right here. So this is Orlando, Florida, that I started to work on last month. So in here, right where Pugsy is in the center, instead of a park, you know, like Pugsy Park or something, it's a mini golf course. Yeah. Because, you know, in the real Florida, the real Orlando does have a mini golf course. I believe it's called, I think it's the Congo River Golf. But we're not gonna name it Congo River Golf. It's gonna be Pugsy River Golf, because Pugsy is the center. Pugsy's the center of Florida. So that's why we're naming this mini golf course that. So this is where you would go to get your putter and your ball from this little hut. And you start right where the green arrow is. So this would be the first hole. It starts off easy. Right over here, it gets a little harder because of that little hump. And then right over here, it becomes even a little bit harder because you got a little windmill. So that was the third hole. And this hole this hole, it's a little bit harder because there's a gap in the center for your ball to make it through. So you have to try to hit your ball, that way it goes through the gap. And I think, yeah, how I did this is I made the holes start off easy and then gets harder as you progress through the course. Next up, we have a central island. So you have to hit your ball. You can't hit it straight because otherwise it's just going to bounce back. So therefore you have to hit your ball, that way it gets through here or there. Either the left side or the right side. It doesn't matter. And then hit it into the hole. And then continue. And I noticed I also added these palm trees because Florida has palm trees. And you can find these palm trees in the very first Lego world when you start the game. I think it's called the Pirate Playground. Yes. That's where you can find the palm trees, in the Pirate Playground biome. The very first Lego world that you start with at the beginning of a new game. So that's where I got them from. I copied 2 of these trees and saved them. So anyway, back to our little mini golf course. Here's the next hole. Now instead of a gap in the center, this time there's a gap on the left. So you can't hit the ball straight on, just like in that previous hole with the center island. Because otherwise it's just going to bounce back. So you have to aim left because that's where the gap is. And then once you get your ball through, and if you're lucky, it will roll down this hill and maybe get a hole in one. I don't know. Here it's even hard. Here's another challenging hole. So this time we have a jump. A jump here. And then these little poles thing. The little metal poles that would bounce the ball. That would bounce the ball back. Kind of like pinball. So, that is a challenging hole. And you have to be careful on the jump, because if you hit it too hard, sometimes your ball may go way off course and onto the street and cannot be retrieved. So, gotta be careful about that. And we'll tour the rest of this world in another video because I don't want to waste time. So we'll just finish the rest of the tour of this mini golf course, and then we'll end the video. So the next hole, spin the sky again. So anyway, this next hole right here, it's like the previous hole, except only now there's a gap on the right side rather than on the left or in the center. So you would have to hit the ball, aim right, and then hit the ball into the hole. And then continuing over the little riverbank. Next we have is a little simple hole, because there are no obstacles. Except the only thing, the curve of the hole is a sharp corner. So you would hit it, if you hit it right, it will not bounce back too far. And then you would just finish it off. And then this very last hole, the last hole always seems to be easy on every mini golf course. Because once your ball goes into this hole, it goes through the ball return pipe. So, hit your ball, and when it lands into that hole, it travels through the pipe back to the hut. As you can notice here, that's the ball return pipe that I made for the ball to travel through, so that way it can go back to the hut. That way it can be reused for the next person. And this is where you would exit. And then you're back here. And also, I put this do not enter sign so that people know, do not go that way. Because a white circle with a slash through it, and if the background is red, it means don't. It means do not do this. Like, it's telling people, do not go this way. Because that's the last hole. Yeah, and then once after people are done, they would return their putters. Come on, let's go inside the little hut. That way you can guys check it out before we end the video. So, once after the ball travels through the pipe, this is where it would land in. It would land in this box. And the manager would put it back in that ball holder, so that way it can be used for the next person. And then these are the putters. Notice how they're metal on the bottom, because that is the main color of the bottom of a golf putter. And then the tops I did as different colors, because that would be the handle. Yeah, the one that would be safe to grab with your hand, which would be the colored part. Like where there'd be the yellow part, the green part, the red, orange, blue, or brown. That's where the people would hold their putter. And obviously you would return your putter here, back at the front desk. And then that's it. That's the whole mini golf course. Hold on, let's just tour one more thing. And it's across the street. And if you're hungry after a good game of mini golf, you can stop by the ice cream shop and get yourself an ice cream cone. Wow, look at that design. Looks so neat. Are these the different flavors of ice cream? Wow. Well, I loved the way he designed this. Designed that freezer. What is it? Who makes these? I think it's Plastic Him. Yeah, Plastic Him. He does work for LEGO Worlds, and obviously they're not doing any more updates for LEGO Worlds. I wish they would. I wish there was a roller coaster design in this game. Yeah. I really wish there was a roller coaster design in LEGO Worlds on the Xbox version. There is a roller coaster design on the PC version, but not on the Xbox version. Not on the Xbox One. Wow. Wow. Look at all the details. Look at look at Him's work. I mean, like, the way he uses bricks, that is just phenomenal. Him, you are amazing. Well, anyway, that's gonna have to be it for this episode. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video of the tour of Orlando, Florida in LEGO Worlds. Make sure to leave a comment and hit that like button if you like it. And, I'll see you guys in another video. See you then. Bye. Say bye, Mike.